Hello, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. We were just recording, and then we had issues, so we're starting again. We are coming at you from our demolished bathroom.
This is our freshly demoed bathroom.
Yes. We're going live on Instagram, but we're also going with you right now. We're going to show you where we're at right now. Today was demo day. And behind me, maybe you want to show it. Well, Instagram already saw it, but
you can see my
that's our new tub. They're redoing the walls. They have a lot going on. We're not going with any of those paint colors.
We're not touching these
They're going to redo the floors. They're going to redo everything. We're very excited. And tonight's little devotional is reminiscent of the topic of construction. So let's just dive into it because we've been trying for a while now.
Here we are.
Okay.
Hey. Thank you, you guys sticking with us.
And yes, you are sitting on the clean toilet, in case you were wondering.
The toilet is clean, yes.
I look red in the lighting of YouTube. I don't know why.
Not at all.
But that's okay.
Not at all.
All right. So there's just a few people on Instagram, but I don't care because I love them all anyway, and they can watch on YouTube later.
That's all right.
Okay.
We are glad that you're with us all the same. So, yeah, we are here. Like we said, our bathroom is under construction.
What is this?
That is a bag of garbage.
Of garbage.
Which you just discovered. Congratulations.
You can move over more, dear.
So, kind of tonight what I want to talk about, just being real brief with you guys. We don't want to take up a whole lot of time here.
Also because we're sitting in garbage.
Also, yeah, because we're sitting on, like, it's real dusty, there's all kinds of, and that's not fun. But, we talk about, like, the whole concept of under construction is kind of cool. What?
Celicia's on, and it's her birthday.
Celicia,
happy birthday! This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey! And she's 20 now. You're in your 20s, which is so cool.
Congratulations, Miss 20-year-old. Happy birthday.
Celicia, we just said this is our bathroom, and it's under demolition right now. We're actually talking about...
Which is
basically... tie it into a message.
It's also how, like, this live stream has gone. Like, it's been under demolition.
Yeah, the live stream has been demolished and back up again.
It just keeps, like, going crazy.
Yeah,
okay. We're having a blast.
Let's try that.
So, so tonight, just what I want to share with you guys, real brief, nothing crazy, is just the concept of under construction. We've shared a number of times the concept of, like, that, we are God's handiwork, and we're not finished. You know what I mean? You weren't born on day one, just a perfect little angel. God has a purpose for you, for your life. Otherwise, the moment that you met Jesus, you would have been just into heaven. You just raptured right off the earth. And that's not the case, right? God has a purpose for you. He has a purpose for me, right? He has plans for us. And part of that is that we have to undergo a little bit of construction between us and the Lord. And that's not easy. That's not fun. I've never heard somebody walk around being excited, for challenge in their life. I mean, sometimes, like, I get excited with, like physical challenges, or, like, I want to run races or whatever. But when it comes to, like, challenging times, I've never heard somebody be like, oh, I'm so excited for the challenging times we're in. You know what I mean? Like, that's just generally, and if you are that person, listen, God bless you.
Fernando!
What's up, Fernando?
Panama! 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad you're joining us, dude.
Going international.
Yeah, we are. Thank you to Fernando for making us international.
Well, I said that when we sent out our wedding invitations. I was like, I get to send out a wedding invitation to someone in Panama. This is fantastic. That's right, we are. And he came, too. He came from Panama to our wedding.
We are around the world.
Love
same time zone, but around the world. We're glad you're with us.
You.
I miss your Panamanian face. So point is, right, the whole concept of being under construction is it's not fun, right? It's not a fun thing. Challenging times are not fun. But there's two things that can happen in challenge, right? We either cave under challenge or we strengthen under challenge, right? And the reality is that we are the ones who get to decide whether or not that happens. One or the other happens.
Caden's on.
What's up, Caden? How we doing, buddy? So glad you're with us. It was good seeing you last week. Just a few thoughts here. If you want to read this in your Bible, I'm going to let you know we're reading from 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 16 to 18. And I think that this is kind of cool.
I don't think we've ever read the Bible in the bathroom.
I don't think I've ever preached from the bathroom.
That's for sure.
I've never shared a message from the bathroom. Never like, here's some inspirational message from my bathroom.
At least you're not sitting on the toilet when you're doing it.
Right, that's true. More often
Just
than
sitting
not,
on the floor.
I mean, I've contemplated many deep things when on the throne here.
Who hasn't?
You know?
But that's not what we're here
Some
for.
of the greatest, some messages have been born from going to the bathroom.
You wouldn't be the only pastor who says that.
No, Martin Luther, who started the Reformation of the church back in 815, whatever.
He discussed this?
He was famous for coming up with his message while he was in the loo, as it were.
Well,
so,
God bless.
God bless. He also had, issues. So, point is, guys, this is not an unholy place to do a message from, especially when we're talking about under construction in the year 2020. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. 2020 is the symbol. The bathroom symbolizes 2020. Everything's falling apart.
And maybe your 2020 is as much under construction as our bathroom.
But it's going to come together, folks.
It's going to come. This is how it's going to happen.
In more ways than one.
All right. So listen, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16 to 18. I'm just going to read to you briefly here. Paul's talking about the challenges that we go through in life and that, like, hey, listen, the things that we go through do not feel good. He says, even though, and I'm going to clarify some of the phrasing here, right? He says, therefore we do not give up. I want to start right there, right? Just pause. Right at the beginning of the thing. Do not give up.
Do not.
Because you're halfway through 2020. We're not going back through the back half. We're going to move forward into what God has for us in the rest of the year. Therefore we do not give up, even though our person is being destroyed. For the record, that doesn't mean, that's, in the Greek, that's not as bad as it sounds, right? Even though what we go through is difficult, and we suffer momentarily, even though that's happening, our inner person is being renewed day by day. For our momentary light affliction is producing for us an absolutely incomparable eternal weight of glory.
Yes.
So
and we totally
came... done. It's okay, I got to the page. So we do not focus on... So we do not focus on what is seen, but what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. What were you going to say?
I don't know. I was saying that we totally came at them with that verse earlier in quarantine as well.
But not the fullness of that.
It rings true.
Not the fullness of that. So,
sorry.
So that's why we were revisiting this. I just have a few thoughts I want to share with you. And just from a few different points of view, right? For one, I love that it says our momentary light affliction, because no affliction in the moment feels momentary.
True.
What we go through, sometimes if you're going through a rough time, I know especially like if maybe you are in an area right now where you're struggling with there's a financial struggle, or there's stress or anxiety or fear or worry, or maybe you've even gone through something honestly traumatic that's been worse than you could picture, or maybe it just feels like your current state of life just feels like it's dragging on forever. I just want to encourage you with Paul's words here that this struggle, although difficult, is momentary. And he says momentary light affliction, but he doesn't just say that lightly. It's in comparison to what God wants to do in us. And so a few thoughts here. One, if you're going through something right now, maybe you're going through some of the struggles I just mentioned, right? Maybe you're just dealing with 2020 because it's 2020 and nobody can escape that at the moment because we're all here together. Maybe you've gone through something that's even more traumatic or painful or hurtful. I want to tell you first and foremost that even though life might be bad, life might be difficult, God is still good.
Yes.
Right? I just want to start off with that, right? God is still good. He has a purpose for you. He even has a purpose for what we are all going through together and for what you might be going through individually. And that doesn't mean he caused it. That doesn't mean he wanted it. That means that he is good and he loves you and he's not going to leave you where maybe you feel like you're afraid God has left you. God's not going to abandon you, right? And sometimes I know that for me, when I go through difficult situations in life, there are moments where I'm like, oh man, I just want it to stop. I just want it to end. I want what I'm going through to just stop and just be over, right? And I want you to kind of picture that. Take that for a moment with like the bathroom we're sitting in. When our contractors first came in our house, right, this morning, our bathroom was ugly, but, it was a bathroom. You wouldn't mistake it for any other room, right? It didn't feel good in its original state We knew it needed an update. But in order to get to that place, they had to demo, right? And that's why we have this brand new sheetrock behind me, right?
That's why there are
I'm literally sitting here with these wires, which I'm not going to touch.
We're not touching those.
We're not touching the wires, right?
Leave that to the pros.
I have no intention to touch all of them at the same time.
Don't you dare.
So it would be shocking. So when they first started, right, the tub wasn't in, the wall was out, it was all just, everything was just ripped apart.
A lot of debris.
They
really cleaned up nicely.
They pulled the guy had a saw, he was sawing through stuff. It was all crazy, right?
It was awesome.
If I just wanted it to all stop then and there in the middle of it, what I would have left would be worse than what we started with, right? I would have a room that was just shredded. But there's a plan, right? And our contractors would tell you, like, no, you just don't see the finished product yet.
Right.
And I think that's what God does with us a lot in our own lives, right? God looks at us, sometimes we look at God and like, God, why are you allowing this to happen? Why is there so much stuff going on?
Why is all the garbage here?
Why is all the garbage here?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes God, I don't want to say God's not, like I said, God is not throwing that stuff at us, right. But I also think God's sitting in heaven saying, hey, you don't see the finished product yet.
Yes.
Right? And God's purpose and his product is to see Jesus revealed more and more in us.
Yes. And, it would actually kind of be cool to do this again next week, I think, from what's hopefully will be the finished bathroom. They said it should be done by next week.
Lord, hear our prayer.
We hope and pray. They're doing a great job.
They're moving fast, actually.
They're doing good. But, even we right now, we know what we've ordered, we know what the floor we've ordered, we know the paint colors and stuff, but, it's still hard to, really think about what the finished product will be until we actually see it. And that kind of, I think that's just because we're humans, right? And we don't have that ability, and this is not our forte.
100%.
So, even in our Christian walk, sometimes it's we see what God's trying to do sometimes, but sometimes not also really. We're just kind of in it. So, the analogy rings true.
So,
I hope that made sense.
Don't shy away from the afflictions in life,
Right.
I found that more often than not, people miss out on God's purpose and calling in their life because they ran from the situation they're going through and not ran to God in the situation that they're going through. Mm-hmm. Because again, and I don't want to diminish, if you're going through something, maybe you're going through something or you have gone through something that is just hanging on to your life and you feel just overwhelmed or oppressed by it, or you feel like you can't escape stuff that's gone on. If we run from hurt in our lives, we are never running to the cure.
Yes.
Right? God has purpose for you. He wants to heal the hurt. And he also wants to put you in a place and set you up in life so that you can do many great things. Right? God doesn't just want you to be, the purpose is not to live an easy life. It's to live a life worthwhile. Right? And those are two very different things. People spend their lives trying to do something worthwhile. People don't spend their lives trying to just make things easy. And the people that do don't live a life worthwhile. Mm-hmm. That's just the reality. God has purpose for you. So what you're going through, the construction that you're undergoing in life, right? Whether it's big or small, something life-changing or something temporary, trust that God has a purpose for you. He has a plan to shape the image of Jesus in your heart in a greater way through it. And if we lean into God, not only will we find the struggle that we're going through easier, because then we put God at the center of the steering wheel there. We put God in control of the situation. But it also allows us to just trust him, to relinquish the fear, relinquish anxiety, relinquish pain, and trust that God is going to do something good. And I love his word says that he trades beauty for ashes. Mm-hmm. And I love that so much because it's so imagery, right? We actually have a new fire pit, and we had a fire the other night. And what was funny? What was left after the fire consumed all this wood? It was just ash, right? And what good is ash? Maybe if you're a gardener, you have an idea of what you can do with ashes. But by and large, ashes are worthless. They don't do anything. They help nothing. Mm-hmm. And God's promise is that he trades beauty for ashes. So the ashes we get in life when the fire of life seems to consume so much of our plans or our hopes, our dreams, our desires, our even goals, God is his desires to trade something beautiful for that pain, that frustration, that fear, that worry, right? God has good things. I love that. It doesn't just say good things, right? The word it uses is glory, right? He exchanges, he is creating in us his glory, right? That means that we are getting transformed into his image, to act more like Jesus, to act less like Nate, to act less like Gab, because although those are great people, our goal is that we live a life like Jesus.
Yes.
So be encouraged. Whatever you're going through, big or small, trust the Lord. Trust him. Keep going. And that's why it says, right at the very beginning, therefore we do not give up.
We do not give up.
Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't quit while it's all under construction. Don't quit before God has made his final product made seen. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, it's not until after things are over that you're able to look back and be like, I'm so glad I didn't stop.
Yes.
So keep on going. Trust the Lord. Let him make all these things work together for good for you. Right? God isn't just like, hey, I'm going to make it work together for me. He's going to make it work together for good for you.
Yeah. And wherever you're at tonight, maybe just take a little bit of time, wherever you are hearing this, whether it's live on Instagram or you're hearing it later on YouTube at some point. Whatever day you're watching this, take some time before you go to sleep tonight and just say, God, what are you trying to do inside me? And then say, Lord, I'm going to let you do it. Because in his hands, it's safe. If some people were saying, oh, why didn't you and Nate just do the bathroom yourselves? And I'm not saying we couldn't, but we couldn't.
But I'm no handyman.
We know our limitations. But in the hands of these particular contractors that we got, that we actually have a lot of friends that have used them and our own parents have used them, we just trust them. They've been trustworthy. Other people have used them. They've been trustworthy with them. They've been reasonable. We trust them. And when you put a project into the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, you're not really worried. I'm not really worried. I'm excited. I'm not coming in here saying, oh, there's no wall. There's holes in my floor. That's okay, because they know what they're doing. And over the course of the next couple of days, they're going to do great.
And you know what's funny is that they're gonna be putting tile here behind us.
Obviously.
Could you imagine? I've never done tile a day in my life. Could you imagine if I walked in? It was like, oh my goodness, there's no tile here. I have to start doing this.
Right.
And I just took it out of their hands, started doing it myself.
That'd be weird.
I would make a mess out of it.
Right.
And the reality is, I do that all the time with God.
Right.
I mean, I do that all the time with God. God, don't you see what's happening? There's no tile here in this section of my life. I have to put tile here.
Right.
And God's like, no, we're not ready for tile yet.
Yeah, God's like, I know what I'm doing. So whenever that thing is in your life where you're like, God, what are you trying to do in me? I'm going to let you do it, God. Know that in his hands, it's good. He's got it. He's totally got it. Allow him to do it. Allow him to grow you. We've been saying that since the beginning of the COVID season. What does God want to grow in you? He has showed me a lot of things he wants to grow in me and things I'm still learning to grow in.
Absolutely.
Let him continue to do that for you. So...
Yeah.
So
well,
thanks for chilling with us in our bathroom.
Selah, right? Think on these things. Thanks for, YouTube, you didn't see this, but we were originally driving, so thanks Instagram folks for hanging with us while we drove down our bumpy road.
And YouTube, I don't know why we look so red. I look better in the Instagram thing. I wish YouTube could see how we look in Instagram. No, it's the lighting, which is also going to change.
We're going to change the lighting.
Isn't that exciting?
It's hot. We changed it all.
We've been saving for this for a very long time. It was actually supposed to go towards something else, but we're gonna spend it on the bathroom, which is really exciting. So again, maybe by next week you'll see like the before and after. Here we are, sitting in front of the tub. Sorry, I kept looking behind me. I was just excited to finally look.
I'm poking nails.
Don't you dare!
Exposed nails.
Don't you dare!
You know what starts for me? Like, I know there are things I shouldn't touch.
Don't you dare!
But my personality is like, I wonder if those are active wires.
They are. They clearly are.
It's tempting for me.
But there's a lot going on here, and by this time next week, let's see, the toilet paper's all the way over there. We can move that over for tonight. There's the gold of 2020. It's over there. We found
You didn't know 2020 needed this.
We found it.
There we are.
We found it. All right.
So that being said, trust the Lord, guys. Leave God's work in God's hands.
Monica said, don't touch the wires, Nate. Don't worry, Mom.
Don't tempt me. Don't tell me not to.
This time next week, we're going to show you what's hopefully a finished bathroom, or almost finished.
On its way.
And we'll have a little message about that.
We're going to talk about, the finish line. Because when you're in the middle of it, it's hard to see the end. But once you're on the other side, you're like, wow, I'm so glad I did the thing I was afraid to do.
But get excited about what God's doing in your life. Let this analogy ring true for you internally.
Yeah. Next time you're like, man, I can't believe I'm going through blank. Just think of us. Think of us sitting down in our bathroom. Think of the bathroom that has exposed wires. Remember that there is something good is going to come on the other side of this. God has good things for you.
God's
good
constructing
plans for
good
your
things.
life. That's right.
If you let him.
You got to let, and we got to trust him to do it. Leaving God's work in God's hands.
Yes.
So.
Well, we love you guys.
We love you guys. We miss all your faces. I'm looking forward. For those of you who are going to be joining us tomorrow night, Wednesday, live.
Please come.
We are going to be outside. Weather looks good thus far.
Yes.
So we're very pumped about that.
Come.
We want to see your faces. We've been having a blast. Yeah. So come play all ball with us.
All ball's been great. Come play all ball. It's been an invented game.
Monica can tell you.
And Selah, who's the
Selah could give you
CEO of All Ball.
The CEO, she, her empire is building. So.
And we can announce this to Instagram now, just because the few that's been on here, you get to know first. Next Wednesday, we're going to be telling everybody this tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but next Wednesday. We're doing Christmas in July in the parking lot. It's going to be fun.
Weather permitting.
In Jesus' name, weather will be great.
And if that's Christmas in August, then we'll do Christmas in August.
We're going to do it. It's going to be great.
We want to do Christmas in July if we can, because we think that would be a blast.
Because that's what people do.
Because that's
Christmas in August is not really a thing. Christmas in July is a thing.
But it's also the year 2020.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
So we love you guys. We hope to see all your faces tomorrow night.
Yes.
We hope that, thank you for hanging with us. YouTube, go ahead and click like and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, because we want to hear from you as well.
Yes.
And we just love all your faces. We miss you all. And we are so glad that we still get to do this season of life together with you.
From our bathroom. From our
bathroom even now. Yes.
Fernando said, at the rate of the pandemic, it'll be Christmas in July 2021. Let's not say that, Fernando, but it's true.
No, don't say it, Fernando.
Fernando,
don't say
have you been quarantined in Panama? Like, does it look? I mean, since you're not here, you don't. I mean, but you know what we're going through. Like, you know how it's been here. Like, how has it been for you, Fernando?
We're just asking, how is it in Panama?
Have you had to stay inside, or like, or is everyone out down there? Like, is it different than New Jersey? We want to know.
Yeah, tell us.
He said JK. Yeah, we know.
Just kidding. I don't think you are. I don't think you are kidding. That's all right. We're going to just...
Well, there's a lag. So
I know.
I'm sure
we're going to sit here awkwardly.
Answer. Yes, the country's on lockdown. Yep. We hear you, man. We're only just starting to open up now. I'm sure you're aware of that. But even with that, there's a lot of restrictions.
What's up, Ryan?
So...
You catch us at the end of our thing, Ryan.
Hi,
We're just about to wrap up here, buddy.
Ryan, we were renovating our bathroom.
This is our bathroom. You should watch the beginning.
It doesn't always look like this, I swear.
It doesn't.
Very strict compared to New Jersey. Oh, wow. That's crazy, especially since a lot of people in New Jersey felt that we were under strict stuff. So that's a lesson to be learned, guys. Fernando's under more strict stuff than we are. Think about that.
True that.
Think on these things.
Selah.
Anyway, we love you all so much.
You guys, like we said, we love every single one of you. Just thinking of all you, you're all my heroes.
We love you. And if you came in late, go on back and watch it on the IGTV.
Start it from the beginning. And if this is your second time watching it, start again.
Whoa. Fernando said that men and women have different days to go out and only at certain hours.
Wow.
Woo!
That's
Fernando.
Crazy.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well, we love you. We love your country. Genuinely. I love Panama. And I love being there when we were there.
We love their coffee.
And it's a beautiful country. It's beautiful people. And we're sorry that you're under such strict stuff, but we hope that everyone is staying as healthy and safe as possible in your country.
So the next time you're like, wow, why do we have to wear masks? Hey, be grateful that,
Remember that.
You can go out pretty much whenever you want right now.
Essentially, within reason. So we love you, and we love you too. And we just miss you. So we pray that you are safe.
Well, we love you guys.
We love you all so much.
For the third or fourth time, we will catch you later. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Otherwise, we look forward to catching time with you like this again.
And we'll give you updates on the bathroom.
We'll let you know how it goes. We'll put pictures up or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you guys.
Farewell, my friends.
Bye.